Hello, friends of the countryside. Have you ever dreamt of having your own thriving and profitable farm? Today, I'm going to share something incredible with you that can change your life forever. If you are here, it's because you have that entrepreneurial spark, that desire to do something different with your land. And I am going to show you how to combine 8 specific vegetables with keeping chickens to create a production system that can literally transform your family's economy. But before we begin, if you find this content valuable, like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep receiving information that can really make a difference to your agricultural project. Let's get to it. Look, after more than 20 years working with small and medium producers, I've seen everything. I've seen heartbreaking failures and successes that inspire entire communities. And let me tell you something I learned. The difference between one and the other isn't in having a lot of land or a lot of initial capital. The difference is in knowing what to produce, how to combine it, and understanding that nature gives us all the tools to succeed if we know how to listen. When we talk about integrating vegetables with chickens, we are talking about creating a productive ecosystem where every element feeds and benefits the other. Chickens don't just give you eggs and meat, they produce the best organic fertilizer you can imagine for your vegetables. And your vegetables, besides generating direct income, can provide supplementary food for your birds. It's a virtuous cycle that, when you understand and implement it correctly, becomes a money-making machine. Let me tell you about the 8 vegetables that have proven to be the most profitable when combined with poultry production. I didn't choose these at random. They are the result of years of trial and error, of seeing what works in different climates, what resists pests better, what has a better market, and what complements the chicken system perfectly. Let's start with the tomato. The tomato is probably the most profitable vegetable you can grow in combination with chickens. Why? First, because chicken manure, when well composted, is perfect for tomatoes. It provides them with that initial nitrogen they need for vigorous growth, and then the phosphorus and potassium for abundant fruiting. I've seen producers who, with barely 1,000 centimeters of well-managed tomatoes using their chicken's manure, pull harvests that leave them profits equivalent to what others earn with 5 hectares of traditional crops. The secret is in the quality. Organic tomatoes naturally fertilized with chicken manure have a flavor that doesn't compare to those produced industrially, and the market recognizes and pays for it. Additionally, tomato remains that aren't fit for sale, the leaves you prune, the fruit that falls, all of that can go directly to your chickens. They love it, and it's an excellent nutritional supplement. But be careful, always in moderation. We don't want chickens with digestive problems. Lettuce is another star crop in this system. Do you know what the best thing about lettuce is? It's short cycle. In 30 to 45 days, you're already harvesting. That means quick capital turnover, constant cash flow, and the chickens help you enormously here. Chicken manure diluted in water makes a spectacular liquid fertilizer for lettuce. The leaves grow green, crisp, with that look that makes people want to buy them as soon as they see them. And speaking of chickens, the outer leaves of the lettuce, those you normally discard at harvest, are a delicacy for them. It's impressive to see how a chicken can devour a lettuce leaf, and that translates into eggs with yellower and more nutritious yolks. Customers notice and are willing to pay more for those eggs. Now let's talk about coriander. Many people underestimate coriander, but let me tell you it's a goldmine. It takes up little space, grows fast, and has constant demand. In local markets, a small bunch of organic coriander can sell for the same price as a whole lettuce. And coriander loves the nitrogen-rich soil provided by chicken manure. But here's the interesting part. Coriander has properties that benefit your chickens. When you give them fresh coriander, you help their digestive system, and some studies suggest it can help prevent certain intestinal parasites. It's natural medicine for your birds while you produce a highly profitable crop. Spinach is another crop that benefits enormously from an integrated system with chickens. It's resilient, nutritious, and has a growing market, especially among health-conscious consumers. Spinach grown with organic chicken fertilizer has significantly higher levels of iron and other minerals than that grown with chemical fertilizers. And for chickens, spinach is like a natural multivitamin. When you supplement your chicken's diet with fresh spinach, egg quality improves noticeably. I've seen nutritional analyses of eggs from chickens fed with spinach that show omega-3 levels comparable to specialty eggs sold at premium prices in supermarkets. The radish deserves a special mention. In 25 days, you have radishes ready to harvest. 25 days. That's fast money, friend. And radishes are perfect for intercropping with other crops. While your tomatoes are growing, you can have 2 or 3 radish harvests in the space between plants. Radish leaves, which many people throw away, are excellent for chickens. They are rich in calcium, which is fundamental for forming strong eggshells. I've noticed that when chickens regularly eat radish leaves, the incidence of thin-shelled eggs decreases drastically. Carrots require more patience. It's true, approximately 3 months for a good harvest, but the wait is worth it. Organic carrots grown with well-composted chicken manure develop a sweetness and texture that makes them irresistible, and the market values them. I've seen organic carrots sell for triple the price of conventional ones. For chickens, carrots are a gift, not just the roots, but also the leaves. Grated carrots in winter are an excellent supplement that keeps chickens laying even when temperatures drop. And those winter eggs, when they are scarce, sell for top prices. Cucumber is generous. A single well-cared-for plant can give you kilos and kilos of fruit. And with chicken fertilizer, those plants become true cucumber factories. The secret is in constant watering and well-balanced manure. Chicken manure mixed with composted vegetable remains creates the perfect environment for cucumbers. Cucumbers that don't meet the standard for sale aren't wasted. Cut in half, they are a refreshing snack for chickens, especially in summer. They help keep them hydrated and happy chickens lay more eggs. It's that simple. Finally, the sweet pepper. Peppers require more care, it's true, but the profits justify it. 1 kilo of organic peppers can sell for the price of 3 or 4 kilos of other vegetables. And peppers respond incredibly well to chicken manure. They develop thick walls, vibrant colors, and an intense flavor that sets them completely apart from industrial peppers. Pepper seeds and scraps can be given to chickens in moderation. Some producers swear that adding a bit of pepper to the chicken's diet makes the yolks more colorful. There are no conclusive studies, but field experience backs it up. Now let's talk about the chickens themselves. Not just any chicken will do for this system. You need breeds or crosses that are good layers but also hardy. Heritage or semi-heritage breeds are ideal. They are rustic, adapt to the environment, are good foragers, and although they don't lay as many eggs as industrial layers, their eggs are of better quality and they require less veterinary care. The rotation system is crucial. You can't keep the chickens in the same place all the time or let them loose in your crops without control. Ideally, you should have rotation plots. While you cultivate in one section, the chickens prepare the next. Their natural scratching aerates the soil, their droppings fertilize it, and they eat larvae and weed seeds. When you move the chickens to another section, that soil is ready for planting. I have developed a system that works wonderfully. You divide your land into 4 sections. In one, you have chickens preparing the ground. In another, growing crops. In the third, crops being harvested. And the fourth is resting or with cover crops that will later be food for the chickens. Every 3 months you rotate and thus you maintain a constant production cycle. Here comes the part where many producers fail. Marketing. You can have the best products in the world, but if you don't know how to sell them, it's useless. The key lies in differentiation in building relationships. First, never compete on price with industrial agriculture. You can't and you shouldn't. Your advantage is in the quality, freshness, and the story behind your products. People are willing to pay more for products when they know where they come from, how they are produced, and who produces them. Build your personal brand in this era of social media. It's easier than ever. Show your production process. Share photos of your happy chickens, of your growing vegetables. Transparency sells. I've seen producers triple their sales simply by sharing their daily lives on social media. Farmers markets are your best friend at the beginning. That's where you build direct relationships with consumers. Those relationships turn into loyal customers who don't just buy, but also recommend. A satisfied customer is worth more than any paid advertising. Also consider produce baskets. Instead of selling individual items, offer weekly baskets with a variety of your products. A basket with eggs, tomatoes, lettuce, coriander, and other seasonal products. Customers love the convenience and are willing to pay a premium for it. Let's talk real numbers. With a well-managed quarter of a hectare, combining these 8 vegetables with 50 laying hens, you can generate income equivalent to what many earn with 5 or 10 hectares of traditional crops. Chickens, if you manage them well, will give you an average of 200 eggs per year each. With 50 chickens, that's 10,000 eggs a year. If you sell each egg at a premium price for being organic and from happy chickens, we are talking about significant income just from eggs. Add to that the continuous production of vegetables. With proper rotation, you can have weekly harvests of different products. A family I know with just half a hectare generates enough to live comfortably and save, selling at their local market and through home deliveries. I'm not going to lie to you. There are challenges. Pests exist. Plant and chicken diseases are real. The weather sometimes doesn't cooperate, but for every problem, there is a solution, and most are simpler than you think. For pests, diversity is your best defense. When you have monocultures, pests spread like wildfire. But when you have diversity, when you intercrop, when you rotate, pests cannot easily establish themselves. Furthermore, chickens are natural pest controllers. They eat worms, larvae, beetles, everything that damages your crops. Diseases in chickens are prevented more than cured. Adequate space, land rotation, balanced feed, clean water always available. If you do this, you will rarely have serious problems. And if they appear, act fast. Isolate sick birds. Consult with a vet. Don't risk losing your entire flock by not acting in time. The weather is perhaps the most unpredictable factor, but even here, there are strategies. Mulching to conserve moisture, drip irrigation systems made with recycled bottles. If you don't have the budget for something more sophisticated, temporary covers to protect from hail or excessive sun. Nature is wise, and if you learn to read its signals, you can anticipate and prepare for many weather events. This business requires constant learning. What works today might need adjustments tomorrow. Markets change, new techniques appear, new seed varieties. Stay updated, read, research, but above all, experiment. Don't be afraid to try new things on a small scale. Dedicate a small space for experimentation. Try new varieties, new cultivation techniques, different ways to prepare chicken manure. Today's small experiments can be tomorrow's big innovations. Connect with other producers. Shared knowledge is multiplied power. I've seen informal cooperatives where producers share seeds, knowledge, and even take turns going to sell at the market. Competition doesn't exist when everyone prospers. When you produce this way, you're not just making money, you're regenerating the soil. You're producing real and nutritious food. You're creating a model that your children can inherit and improve. You're demonstrating that it's possible to live off the land in a dignified and prosperous way. I've seen families transformed by this system, parents who return from the exodus to the city because they found they could live better in the countryside. Children who grow up understanding where food comes from, who learn entrepreneurship from a young age, who develop a work ethic that no school can teach. If you've made it this far, it's because something in you knows that this is possible, that you can do it. And you're right. The market for locally produced, ethically sourced organic products is growing exponentially. Consumers are tired of industrial food without flavor or nutrients. They want something real, and you can give it to them. You don't need to start big. Start with 10 chickens in a small garden. Learn, adjust, grow. In a year, you will be surprised at what you have achieved. In 5 years, you could be managing an operation that not only provides a good living, but also allows you to help others start their own path. Patience is crucial. Nature has its own times, and you cannot rush them. The first harvest might not be spectacular. The first chickens might not lay as you expect. But persist. Each cycle, you will learn something new. Each season, you will be better. Keep detailed records. How much do you produce? How much do you sell? At what price? What works? What doesn't? These records are pure gold. They will allow you to make informed decisions, identify trends, and plan better. Quality over quantity. It's always better to sell 50 excellent eggs than 100 mediocre ones. It's better to harvest 100 kilos of spectacular tomatoes than 500 of average quality. Excellence pays and is remembered. Take care of your soil like the treasure it is. Healthy soil produces healthy plants that feed healthy chickens that produce quality eggs and manure that improve the soil. It's a virtuous cycle that you must protect and improve constantly. Water is life, use it wisely. Rainwater harvesting systems, efficient irrigation, mulching to conserve moisture. Every drop counts, and in times of climate change, water management can be the difference between success and failure. This system of 8 vegetables and chickens is not just a way to make money, it's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a way of relating to the land that gives you everything. Understanding that we are part of an ecosystem and that when we work with nature instead of against it, we all win. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your work has meaning, that every seed you plant, every chicken you feed, every egg you collect is building not just your economic future, but a more sustainable future for everyone. Imagine the satisfaction of seeing a family enjoy the vegetables you grew, of knowing that those eggs you sold will nourish growing children. I've seen people start with nothing but will and a small space and build green empires. I've seen entire communities transform when a few pioneers demonstrate that it's possible to live well from small-scale agriculture. You can be that pioneer in your community. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. Don't wait to have all the knowledge because you learn by doing. Don't wait to have all the capital. If this system of integrating vegetables and chickens has awakened in you the desire to transform your land and your economy, like the video and subscribe to our channel. We are sowing the knowledge that others tried to hide so that you can harvest freedom. Cultivate your own future. The next agricultural treasure will be revealed very soon.